Welcome back to part 13 of my series, looking at the music of Sweeney Todd. Jump back to video 11 if you want a full recap of the previous material. We're slowly going in order. Next on the list to cover is Judge Turpin's Johanna, Mea Culpa. Now this is a song that was cut from the original musical and the movie, but has slowly crept back into subsequent productions. Sondheim also wrote the lyrics to West Side Story, and he said he wanted to be the first to get the F word in a musical. In the song, G Officer Krupke. It didn't pass. And similarly in this song, he wanted to be the first one to get a character to orgasm. That didn't really pass either, which is one of the reasons why it was removed. It also didn't flow very well. The song is effective in its journey and does help connect the judge to other characters. If you haven't already, I suggest you give it a listen. Find two links in the description box below. The first is the original Broadway cast, recorded before it was cut. The second is 2014 Sweeney Todd live at Avery Fisher Hall. The song has a great sense of direction. It starts off with this introduction, Mea Culpa, Mea Maxima Culpa, which translates from Latin to approximately I have failed. As he cries out to God, he sings out in huge octave leaps, as if singing towards the heavens.
God deliver me, release me, forgive me, restrain me, avenge me.
Finally, the core of the song starts. The first thing we hear in that is this motif. He's singing in desire for Johanna, pleading and begging, and we can hear it in this motif. This motif, as well as the motifs in the previous introduction, makes up the rest of the song. In the song, we seem to have these two contrasting moments, which is very easy to notice. First, we have the pleading part, the A section. This is contrasted by the harsh and brutal hits of when the judge is crying out to God and or additionally flagellating himself, the B section. These sections weave in and out several times. This motif, of course, is a rising motif. This generally sets the direction of the section. This moment is rising from the depths of the lowest range, the bottom tessitura of the song. Anyways, it rises and rises till we get to the first contrasting B section. It peaks there, but the judge and music is in control, and it starts to descend back down, coincidentally while the judge sings down. Finally, the clarinet carries us completely down, and the chromatically descending line is coming from the Mea Culpa in the beginning. In fact, the octave leaps in the beginning is the outline of the A and B sections. It starts at the lowest point, raises to the highest point, and comes back down to the middle ground.
Before your window and gaze upon the town.
Anyways, we're back at the low and pleading A section, which rises till it hits the contrasting B section, which is higher this time. Once again, it comes back down to the A section and rises even higher still to the B section. It does one more wave, and as it reaches its highest point yet, the high tessitura of the song, the judge climaxes in ecstasy. As he climaxes, we also hear the masked ball theme. This is the theme that connected the beggar woman to Lucy, because the beggar woman sings this.
How would you like a little muff, dear, a little jig, a little bounce
And
around
later,
the
while
bush.
Mrs. Lovett is singing about Lucy going to Judge Turpin's masked ball, we also hear this theme. The judge lured Lucy to the party in order to get with her. And now we have the judge again singing about how he will now lure Lucy's daughter, Johanna, to him to get with her. Sondheim uses this motif to cleverly express that. Soon, this motif will start to overlap back into the song. The judge sings in A section and B section again. It is different now because he is not going towards a climax anymore. It is less frantic. Instead of a frantic accompaniment like before, we have a classic Sondheim accompaniment, which is more subdued and calm. The judge is now singing about his future with Johanna. Also during this section we have the strings interrupting with the Mea Culpa from the beginning. So even as he goes into the future, his past will haunt him, and he'll never be forgiven? Something like that. Sondheim created an emotional story with the notes he chose and the direction of the song that really helped define the judge's character. Well, that's it for this video. Next we'll look at the song Wait, in which you'll be surprised by similar motifs. Thank you.
Virgin.